We're going to be up on YouTube Live, and Yasmin and I are going to have a great conversation. I've been really looking forward to learning more about you, Yasmin. Thanks for joining me today.
You are so welcome. Thank you for having me. I always get nervous when people ask me to do stuff like this. I don't know why. It's just nervous vibes, I guess.
One of the things I just enjoy so much about getting to do this podcast is getting to know people better. I feel like everybody in the knitting industry has a really interesting story. So I'm really excited to get to know yours a little bit better tonight.
My story. That seems like when you are growing up and you're thinking about all the stuff that you are gonna do and what you have done, you be like, wow, is anybody really gonna be interested in knowing that? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like surreal, unreal, kind of sort of, but it's pretty cool. So I guess it's my fiber story, right?
Yeah, your fiber story, that's right. And I know that you are a fantastic crocheter, and you are. So I would love to hear about how you get started with knitting and crocheting.
Well, I guess you can say that I grew up with it. I got taught by my grandmother, which I miss very, very much. She taught me when I was 5. Actually, she was, I don't know why I remember it like it was yesterday, but she was sitting like in her chair and she was doing something, and I was just watching, and I'm what is that? Like I talked very early because they would always talk to me like a person. I didn't get baby talk. I got person talk. Just how we're talking. That's how my family speaks to children. So when my grandmother answered me, she was like, "I'm crocheting," and I'm like, "Okay, I want to do that. I want to do what you do." I don't know if I was able to pronounce crochet or what, but I was like, "I want to do that." And she taught me. She started off with, I think it was suits, the aluminum hooks back in the day. That's what everybody used, right?
Mhm.
And a big bowl of red hard yarn. I remember it. It was red and it was big. It was like one of the 1 pounders. And she gave me the first stitches. She taught me how to do a chain, and she had a 1, 2, 3, 4. She had a 4 bedroom apartment in Brooklyn, and I had red yarn and a chain in every one of those rooms. Because I would walk out, I was all over the house making that chain all over the house, and I was like, okay, I did it. And she's like, yeah, you did it. I'm like, but mine don't look like yours. Why it don't look like that? I just got a piece of string and you got a whole blanket. So I mean, from then on, I mean, she taught me. She gave me all the rest of the stitches, double chain, half double. She gave me all of those, and then it just stuck with me. And in life, you pick stuff up, you put it down. You pick stuff up, you put it down, and that's what I did. Teenage years, I picked it up, probably made a couple of granny squares, maybe a couple of blankets, and put it down. As I got older, I did the same thing and picked it up and put it down. And then in 2011, my grandmother passed away.
Mm.
And that's when I picked it up and I never put it back down.
Mm.
Yeah. So, and I've been doing a whole lot since then. Like, Designs by Yasmin has been around for a long time, but it's who actually sees you and actually, I guess I want to say, puts you on the map or opens other people's eye to you. That's when people see you. Because I've been crocheting for a long time. I had a like baby clothes. I used to sell hats and scarves um, when I was a little younger than the right young old age that I am now. So I used to do hats and scarves and little outfits and baby clothes and sell that. And then great YouTube University, I graduated. I seen this lady, she was making earrings. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get the stuff because I want to do that too. I went to Michael's, the all loving Michael's, and I got everything that had. I got the hook, I got the thread, I got the same kind of hook, and it was expensive. And I remember, I think it was tulips, and I said, she's the bomb, and she know how to do all these things. So if she's a master crochet artist, I want to be too. So I have what she has. Which now I know that you don't have to, but if you want to be the best, you're gonna work with the best. So that's definitely how I feel now.
Hmm.
So,
How long ago was that?
How long
How
ago?
long ago?
Let's say 2012, 2013. Yeah. So, and I watched the videos and I took her tutorials, and I was like, I can make these earrings really fast. And then I never really actually went back to work after I had my son in 2002 because I stayed home and raised him. So I would do stuff like odd jobs in my house, like doing people's hair, or maybe I was a home health aide, so I'll take 1 or 2 clients so I can be closer to home and then home faster. So one of my clients from home health aide, he made garment bags, right? So he was a well-off kind of man. He didn't really need assistance, but he needed assistance. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so instead of me coming over and taking care of him as a patient, it's like, all we doing is sitting here for 4 hours. Can I teach you something? And I was like, okay. So he taught me how to sew.
Hmm.
He taught me how to sew, and he taught me how to do what he was doing. He used to make garment bags, the dress bags that you hang up. We made those with this kind of mud cloth African material. So he taught me how to do that. And then he taught me how to go out and sell it at these festivals.
Wow.
So he was like, if you have anything you want to add, you sell your stuff too. So I was like, well, I do crochet. He was like, okay, so make some stuff and then bring it out and we'll sell it. I'll sell my stuff, you sell stuff, and then the money will never cross and we'll be good. I'll let you borrow my tent and everything. So I'm like, oh, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. So that happened.
Wow.
And that's how I learned how to sell at festivals and stuff. And then this guy introduced me to his best friend, and me and the best friend became best friends. And he was selling hats, fedoras, and he said the same thing. If you want to come out and sell with me, you sell your stuff, I'll sell my stuff, the money will never cross, and we'll beautiful. I did that too. So it just went on, and I used to sell my stuff like that. So then I started making the earrings, and now I have a place to sell the earrings at the festivals. I'm like, okay. So then it was tested. How fast can you really make these earrings? The first time I brought the earrings out, I sold out. And I ended up making the earrings right on the spot. And the people coming and getting, it was like, how fast could you make them? I was like, I need like 15, 20 minutes. Back then, they wasn't as what they are now, but back then, 15, 20 minutes. And they'd be like, okay, I'm gonna pay you for them. And then I'm gonna come back and get them. And about 15 people did that day. I sold out. So I was just sitting there whipping up this earring. And it was just buying it. And that's how Designs by Yasmen came to par. That's how the name and the earrings came. And then push forward to 2019, I met Nancy Ricci for like the 3rd time. And she remembered me. She was like, I know who you are. You're the girl that makes the earrings. And I was like, I am, but how do you remember me? She's like, yeah, I saw you. I met you before at Knit in the Park kind of thing that Nitty City had. And I was like, yeah, I was there. She's like, yeah, and I still have the picture of you, and I always wanted to ask you if I could use it, but I was shy, and I'm like, and she's talking to me, and I'm like, what? You shy? Talking to me, and I'm sitting here knitting your pattern, and you're shy to talk to me. How is that possible? So now she's a good friend. I dub her as my auntie because once she asked me to make a pair of earrings for her, I sent her more than she asked for. And then one night my phone just kept binging and binging and binging. And I'm like, what is wrong with my phone? Nancy had went and did a live opening or a Instagram unboxing of my earrings. And from then, now they're all over the world.
They really are. Do you ship, you sent internationally?
Yes, yes. I have earrings in Canada, Brazil, Australia, and it's another place. But yeah, they out there. They all over.
Will
They
you
all over.
show, so let we show us, in case folks are not familiar with your earrings, you show us some?
You know, I thought you might ask me to show them. I thought you might ask. So I grabbed some out of my pile that I'm taking to, what's first? The Fiber Festival. So, and all my earrings kind of sort of have a name, a funny name, maybe not a funny name, but whatever I was thinking about at the time. These are called Island Breeze. The colorway is one of my Sunday showcase ones. I can't off the top of my head remember who it is, but and these come with a hook that is it's not hypoallergenic, but it's not it's surgical steel. There you go. Surgical steel hooks, because some people have earring allergies and they can't wear them, but surgical steel won't bother you. And then this is a medium. This is a medium pair. The color is gray. The yarn is from Tina's Toasty Clothes.
Oh, I love Tina's.
She's a good friend of mine.
She's a friend of mine too.
Yeah, we'll be
That's
vending
awesome.
side by side at the Fiber Festival in October. We'll have our tents together.
That is awesome.
She was the first person I ever spent more than $2 yarn on.
She sent me some yarn. I'm designing some socks with her yarn. So
before Tina, I was a Michael's girl.
oh, she's got beautiful yarn. I love her.
Does she ever?
Yeah.
And then sometimes I have shapes when I can get my hand on it. This is this earring is called Octo Beautiful.
Oh, I love it.
And it's the octagon shape. This colorway is cocoa pink, and I got it from Bum Yarns. When I first came out, I didn't use yarn. I used very thin thread. So just like fingering, but thread. This is one of my favorites. This is this colorway also comes from my Sunday Showcase 2021. It's like a peach.
Ooh. Yeah, I like that.
And this is my Little Sweetie remix. So the remix have a different clasp than the fish hook. So that's why I named it the remix, because it has a different clasp. Yeah, so I've made thousands of earrings by now, which still boggles me.
So how long does it take you now to crochet a pair of earrings?
about 25 to 30 minutes, depending on size and difficulty.
Mhm.
I try when I want to make a new earring, I try not to make them all look the same because I don't want to be that girl and I want to give everybody variety.
Oh.
So I do like different things. I do have a standard earring, which is this one. This is standard. I could probably do these in 15 minutes.
That's a pretty color too.
Yeah, this color is Desert Panda. That's Desert Panda yarns, I believe. But I might be wrong. No, Desert Panda was greener. In my Instagram, you can see all of the Sunday showcase because it says what am I saying? The introduction is do you know what day it is? So anytime you see just the earring and the introduction passage is do you know what day it is? Because what Sunday showcase is my way of giving back. So because Nancy Ricci put my eyes on the world, I figure I do the same thing with Indie Dollars. So on Sunday, I'll tell you the whole story. At the beginning of the year or the end of last year, end of 2020, I say, you know what, I need to find, or I want to find a way to give back. And so I said, okay, let me do something, some dyers. So I put a call out on Instagram and I said, can anybody tell me any indie dyers? I don't have to know them. I just want indie dyers to hit me up. I said, I need 12. Well, I got 28. And I was like, okay, how am I gonna do this? So 12 months, 28 dyers. I said, I'm gonna have 2 dyers per month. Certain months, like my birthday, I'll have 4 because I'll have one every week, every Sunday. And then on certain months, I'll have a like a cameo or just one to just that wasn't with the top 12. So I instantly was like, okay, so we're gonna do your yarn and my earrings. And everybody was like, sure, I'd love to do it. I'll give you whatever you want. And the thing was, I told them that pick a color liking that you want to put on display and tell me something that you want to know, you want people to know about how you do your colors. So give me like a little blurb. And that's what we did. Started from January. I've had about, what month are we in? August? I've had 16, wow, 16, 17. I've had 18 dyers so far since the beginning of this year. And each one sent me, I bought a skein of yarn or they gifted me a skein of yarn. Some of them gifted me, and a lot of them I paid for. And introduced them to people. And I started off with, you may know this person or you may not, but this is so-and-so, and this is their yarn, and this is their inspiration. This is how they choose their color. This is my earring, so-and-so. Go tell so-and-so that Yasmen sent you, go show them some love. And hope that the people that did know them would go say hi. The people who did know them will go say hi again. And we just cross-communicate on hours and like that. And it's been doing very, very, very well.
I love that.
Yeah, coming up, I think we got Fuzzy Whatnots for September. Last week I did, what did I do last week? It's right on the tip of my tongue. And it was purple, it wasn't purple, but it was a really pretty color. I know I did Ken in August, and another person, but it escapes me right now. But it's fun because they love giving me or giving me their yarn, and I love making it for them. This week was, I'm looking at my phone. Oh, I did ancestral fibers this week. And she was one of the people that wasn't a part of the 28, but because August, I wanted to have a person every weekend. I asked her if she would mind. And she was like, sure. But we've had so many desires. I also had To the Max, which is I believe she's Jody's daughter from the Grocery Girls.
Oh,
So I had her yarn in August, and I have some good people.
I love that you're doing this, that you're trying to help give exposure to all these dyers and introduce people to them.
I wanted to do it because, like I said, Nancy Ritchie did it for me. Like, she was the initial person to introduce, I guess, the fiber world to Designs by Yasmen. Because I've been out here for such a long time. And I guess, like, I sold to a lot of people, but it ain't nobody like fiber people, because fiber people just go in. They
Yeah.
go in, they go in, and they want it, and they recognize you, and it's something that they haven't seen before, and they haven't seen my style before, and thank God I'm still the only one doing my style. Because once somebody sees something and they like it, they try to reciprocate it and run with it, and thank God that hasn't happened.
So tell me a little bit more about your style. How would you define what your style is or your aesthetic?
My aesthetic is definitely, I have to say, love, because I don't think about it. It actually definitely comes from my heart. I don't think about how I'm going to make the earring look. I don't think about the count of the stitches. I don't think about any of that. I just love what I do, and I sit down and actually do it, basically.
No, clearly that's just resonating with so many people because I'll tell you what, I when I wear your earrings and they are my favorite thing to wear on Zoom because they're big and they're bright and I love it. And if I'm teaching and I'm wearing them, somebody always asks, "Oh, did you make those?" And I say no, but you have to go see Designs by Yasmin because they're awesome. And I'm so embarrassed. I don't have them with me because I'm far away from home.
Look,
And
I got some
Swap
on for
them.
you.
Yeah,
I
let's
wear them every single day. And in my card, and I know I'm not gonna say it verbatim, I know I don't have my card on me, but it's like it says, when you receive your earrings and you put them on, you stand in the mirror, you wink at yourself, and you say, "There she go." The whole point of that was to let these ladies and men know, because men also wear my earrings, that there you go, this smile, put them on and smile, and take that with you all day. I've been wanting to send, like, I don't know what you call that, but smiles out to the world, because a lot of people are not smiling. But when you see people in Designs by Yasmin's earrings, what do you see after you see the earrings? You see
smile.
smile. Yes.
That is
Yes.
exactly what you're doing. You are sending smiles all over the world. I remember that. I remember opening my package and it was just such a happy package. It was just such a happy thing to get in the mail. I loved it.
And that's what I want it to be. I don't do the glitz and the glamour and all the shimmery and shiny stuff. I put my love into every package, and candy. You can't
Yes.
go wrong with candy. I have to order some ones today, but yeah, you can't go wrong with love and candy.
You know what I loved? I remember when I ordered from you and I went on your Etsy shop the first time. I really loved the one particular design, but I liked the different color that was a different design was it. I wanted them in teal because I love my teal colors and my blues and greens, and that's just who I am color wise. So I just sent you a little message and I said, "Hey, is there any way I can get these?" I think they were called like pineapple. The design was like a pineapple.
The infamous pineapple.
So I was
Those
like,
earrings, I love them, but at the same time, when everybody orders them at the same time, just I cry. I literally, I mean, I love making them. I love making them, but I don't know. It's just about. It's not one that. It's not like the hoops. The hoops I could do while I'm watching TV
yeah,
because I don't pay attention to what stitches I'm doing. I know I look at the picture. Okay, I'm doing that one. But with the pineapple, that's the one that has the numbers, and that's the one that has the steps.
mm,
Because you just can't make it and be finished and put it in the bag. You got to make it, and you gotta put it in. You gotta make the solution. And you gotta soak it in the solution. Then you gotta dry it. I touched that earring so many times. So if 50 people order pineapples, can you imagine?
oh my gosh, I'm gonna share this. I'm gonna share screen here so people can see the pineapple earrings if they haven't seen the pineapple earrings here. So this is one of them from your Etsy shop. I had to have those, but I had to have them in teal. So I sent Yasmin a little message and I said, "Hey, is any way you could make this style for me, but in this other color that I see that some other earrings have?" And she said, "Oh yeah, you did it." And maybe you were secretly saying, "Oh no."
Possibly. Possibly. But let me tell you a story. The pineapples. One night I was at my home away from home, String Thing Studio, and Gigi Made It was there. I see Auntie Felicia. Hi, Auntie, I love you. Auntie Gigi Made It was there. And I come in with myself and I have one of these big, bright, orange pineapples. And I'm sitting there and she comes over. I've met her before. We fell in love already. She was already my auntie. So she comes over, she's talking to somebody, and I just feel her taking the earrings out of my ear. And I'm like, I don't know what I was supposed to do at that point. So I just sat there. And she's like, yeah, because I don't know who she thinks she is. She coming here with these orange earrings, and she's taking the earrings out of my ear, and she's putting them in her ear. I'm like, okay. And then she went on live, or she went on however she does it. And the people, yes, I don't know who she thinks she coming in here with these orange earrings, like she ain't know. And I was sitting there like, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just go ahead. And then she said, but I'm not gonna take these. But I said, you got it. No problem. And now she has her own. Now she has her own. But could you imagine? That it was so funny. Everybody, I don't think it was a dry eye in the room. I think everybody was cracking up about the whole thing because she was really sick. I was sitting there talking to somebody about knitting or whatever, and next thing I know, my ear is me, and I'm like, yeah.
I love that.
It's like, what could you do if Gigi Made It comes in the room and you have on something orange, and she just takes it? What are you going to do? What you going to tell her? No, she can't have it. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm safe because I don't wear orange. I know,
I
but
don't even know why I had those earrings on. That I had on all black, so you could wear anything with all black. And of course, I have a whole shoe rack of all the earrings that I make for myself, and I just picked those up, not even thinking, and went to midnight, and that's what happened. It was a great moment because it was hilarious.
that is so awesome.
But yeah, that's what happened.
Speaking of knitting, I know that crochet is this, you're sharing that you've been crocheting since you were a little girl. And Yasmin, I love the story of your grandmother teaching you because my grandmother was a crocheter too. And she taught me when I was about 5.
See,
And
that's that number.
Stay with it. I didn't stay with it. All I ever remembered was how to chain. And I remember having yellow yarn and one of those aluminum needles And I remember, and I could make a chain. I could still make a chain, and that's
Okay.
still about the extent. I mean, I can do like really basic crochet stitch, but I'm not a crocheter. But I love that because my grandmother just would sit there in the evenings, and she was always working on an Afghan. It was always for somebody. Every baby in the family got an
Yep.
Afghan.
Yep.
And every one of my aunts and uncles, she had 9 kids. Every one of them had an Afghan on their sofa that she
Wow.
crocheted. And every one of my 32 first cousins has a baby blanket that she crocheted.
That's so much love.
It,
That is absolutely so much love.
it's the only thing that I ever knew her to make, but she made those blankets.
I don't even remember. I don't remember where, or even if I remember seeing her do it after initially teaching me. But I remember the red heart yarn. I remember the Susan Bates hook, and I remember having it all over the house. And then as I grew up, maybe I do remember making granny squares. Maybe the stuff that she was making was going to all of my cousins because I'm the firstborn on both sides. So I was my mother's first grandchild, and the same with my father. My mother's mother, she don't do none of that, but my father's mother, yeah, she sewed, and when I started sewing, I got her sewing machines and some of her fabric that I still have. I made a bag out of it. But yeah, those grandma stories, they do it. That's how we got it. They actually gave us the tools and the words before we knew it was gonna turn into.
So I know that you do knit, and how did that come about? Was that later?
knitting was Knitting was later, but it also came from like my grandmother's side and my father's side with my grandma and my aunt. I remember my aunt knitting, and I remember learning how to do it because I'm the type of person, if I see you doing something, I want to learn how to do it so we can have a conversation about it. So again, I picked it up and put it down. Younger, gotten older, picked it up, put it down. And then I met my best friend and she knit and we fell in love as best friends. So you're not gonna do nothing. You're not gonna do nothing that I can't do. Cause you can knit, let me teach myself. No, we fell in love with crochet, yarn, and period. So, okay, you crochet, I'm crocheting. You using that hook, I'm gonna use it too. Or was that that's another hook? I remember how to do that. So you do it, I'm gonna do it too. You know how to do it this? I'm gonna do it too. Cause you're not gonna be better than me at nothing. So that's how that happened. So now I'm teaching myself how to knit, and I just say I knit a little. I knit a little bit. I've done 2 sweaters, 3 scarves, and maybe 5 hats.
That's more than just a little bit, I have to say.
It's a little bit. It's a little bit. Because I want to say that pattern reading is not my zhuzh. When I read a pattern, I need to read it as if a 4-year-old is reading it. And sometimes pattern writers don't write like that. And I'm kind of dyslexic. So sometimes it reads, knit 1, purl 2, put your grandmother in the hammock, and push on the swing. So when it start getting like that, I don't want to do it no more because I don't understand it. So, I mean, I pick out the patterns where I can understand. And then it can introduce 1 or 2 things that's new. And maybe I'll remember it. Then take that to the next pattern or something like that. I made a sweater recently. I made 2 sweaters recently. Sunday sweater, a Nancy Ricci, because I love her and her patterns, and the party top. Now, the party top made me curse a lot because it has eyelets in it. But guess what? I love eyelets. So I'm going to conquer this sweater. I just don't know when I'm gonna conquer it. But I'm gonna conquer it. I am.
I
I
bet
started the Sunday sweater. Nope. I started the party top when I had COVID. So that was fun. That was fun. And it looks great. It just looks big. And I got one sleeve left, I think. Yeah. Just one sleeve left.
And what are you knitting on right now?
Right now, and let me tell you something. You when a knitter that really knows how to knit acts as a non-knitter, fun, because we practice. I don't know if every other non-knitter, but I practice. I read labels, so when somebody asks me, "Oh, what are you doing?" and I can shoot it back out to them. Like y'all be, you ever watch Christy Glass? What's your Rhinebeck sweater? And they was like, "Oh, this is my Big Bird, and it's with this Big Bird yarn, and I made it in 3 days." And or this Broccoli, and I made it with this kind of yarn. I want to do that. So I know. Hold on. This is Flying Solo by Espacio. You know what I'm trying to say. And it's in the colorway Galaxy by Lola Bean.
I love it.
That's what I want to do. Like everybody, this is so and so by so and so, and I'm doing it with so and so. Y'all sound so sophisticated, and I'll be like, I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna do it.
Yasmin, you are bringing up so many things that speak to me right now on different levels. Because
I hope that's a good thing.
it is a good thing.
Okay, good.
I think it's really easy to think of ourselves as not a real knitter or not a real whatever. And, I think, you go and you sit down and you're like, oh, wow, but that person is, double knitting and, on size 2 needles and it like blowing my mind. And I'm just like over here with my single color, and my little thing. And I feel, and it's really easy to feel inadequate. And
Yeah.
What I want to say to you is you are a real knitter. You are a knitter. But just stop. You are a knitter. You knit. You pick up yarn and you pick up needles and you knit and you're producing things. You are a knitter.
My joke where on Tracy is, yeah, I knit a little bit. I'm like, yeah, listen, I don't want anybody to think that it's going so much past this cowl right now. We're gonna get there. But right now, this is where we at. This cowl, and it's actually really pretty.
It is. I love
like
this.
With the Galaxy by Lola Bean.
I love this colors.
It's so awesome. And the pattern called for 64, but the one that I made before this, I felt that 64 was it was short. So I added another 10 stitches because sometimes I like to think I know what I'm doing. So yeah, I added 10 more stitches.
But you
just to make it wider.
But you are. You are the boss of your knitting. It is your hobby. You get to choose these things. You get to decide. And I think that's, it's a creative endeavor. It's not just a recipe that's going to explode if you don't make it right.
Right. So you read in one Casapinka very, very hard shawls, and then you want to throw it out the window. Listen, I have a shirt line. I also have shirts, a shirt line. Is that right? A line of shirts. Yeah. I cater to knitting and crochet. So one of my shirts say, knitting teaches you patience, but also how to curse. And that's so true, because boy, oh boy, you slip a stitch on the train and everybody watching you, because they be staring at you and you think they're not, but they staring. And then you slip a stitch and then you slip a F-bomb, and then they look at you like, why is she cursing like that? They don't understand the severity of knitting 5 rows and then realizing that you dropped a stitch. Because I'm not pulling it out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy 2.0 needle, and I'm gonna sit there like this on a moving train, and I'm gonna pick up that stitch because I'm not pulling it out. I refuse to pull it out. I think I could fix knitting better than I can knit.
Well, if you're good at crochet, I mean, most of fixing knitting is uses those skills, be able to ladder back up with a crochet hook. It's a good skill to have. I'll tell you, I think for me, laziness is the mother of invention because I will drop down rows and rows. I will re-knit little sections. You know what I did today? I pulled out like a quarter of the width of this brioche cowl and went down like a couple of inches because
No.
I don't want to have to re-knit the whole thing because I'm
Yeah,
lazy.
I'm not. I'm
I'm
not.
lazy.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. And when it's okay, so I do see to see crochet very well. The only part is when I have to, do the ends, put the ends in. There was a time where I messed up, and instead of taking it all out, I figured how to see to see straight up instead of diagonally.
Mhm.
And my best friend is like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm fixing my mess up." She was like, "Yeah, but that's C to C. You're supposed to go diagonally." I said, "You're not gonna tell me how to go. I'm gonna fix this." She's like, "No, you gotta pull it all out." No, I don't.
No, you
Watch me
don't.
work.
No,
And she
you
just
do
sat
not.
there like, I pulled that stuff out and I figured out how to put it back together, and you didn't even know that it was messed up in the beginning.
That's right. I mean, because who wants, I don't know, maybe some people probably love reknitting stuff. I don't. I don't like redoing stuff that was already done.
And then if I make you a sweater and I drop a stitch, I mess up, or one knit is supposed to be purl and one purl is supposed to be a knit, and you actually find it, you can really bleepity because why are you looking at it so hard? Why are you looking at it so hard?
That's right.
Why,
I think,
why are you paying this so much attention that you can tell me that this knit is supposed to be a purl? You know how small that is? Listen. I told you, knitting makes you curse. And I'm already a sailor.
oh, are you a
Already
sailor?
That's the side of Designs by Yasmen y'all don't see, but I'm definitely a sailor. All right.
All right. So now we know when not to order the pineapple earrings unless we want more cursing.
No, I'm gonna curse, but it's gonna be a curse. It's gonna be a curse of it, and it's gonna be love. I don't know if you ever got cursed out lovingly, but that's what happens. That's why they so pretty. Cause I curse while that's why. Somebody ordered two pair yesterday. I was like, great. And she asked me before she ordered them, she was like, "Can I have these pineapples? I love them. I want two pair." And I was just like, great, sure you can. I love it. But it's all in good fun. I'll make anything for anybody, so it's all in good fun.
That's awesome.
I order them on purpose. I did a birthday special. If you see now, people are posting. I did a Mr. birthday earring. Nobody knew what it was. They didn't know what it was gonna look like. They didn't know what colors it was gonna be or anything. They bought it, which I'm so blessed and thankful. And I just lost my whole train of thought. So funny. What was I telling you?
Birthday earrings,
Got it. So
pineapples.
she ordered the birthday earrings, and then she ordered a pair of pineapples. And in the message, she put a little stick out your tongue face. And then she texted me. She's like, "Yeah, so you know me and my pineapples, right?" And I'm like, "You got about 5 pair already." She's like, "No, but you don't have to make them right now, but just know I want them." I'm like, "I got you, no problem." And I have to make at least, I want to make at least 30 pair for the Fiber Festival in October.
So what is this, the Fiber Festival you're going to go to in October? Is that local to you?
Yes, we got a lot of stuff coming up. I got some stuff coming up in September, but I don't remember what they are right now. October we have the Fiber Fest, which is the old Stonehouse Fiber Festival. Yeah, I think that's right. It's October 9th. And it's gonna be, if you Google the old stone house in Brooklyn, all the information will come up. Or if you just Google Fiber Festival in Brooklyn, that will definitely come up. And then following that, we have Rhinebeck.
You gonna be at Rhinebeck?
Gonna be at Rhinebeck.
Awesome. I will see you there.
Gonna be at Rhinebeck, and maybe some pineapples will be at Rhinebeck. I'll be at Auntie Felicia, and I have a whole paper with this stuff on it. I really did. Brooklyn General, they're doing the wool is something or other. So as you can see, I'm not the person that always tells people where to go and how to get there. I just be there. Yes, go. I'm coming. Be
Yes.
there.
Awesome. Excellent.
It's something. Oh, thank you, Auntie. I love you. Wonderful.
That's the Thursday before Rhinebeck, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you. Yeah, see, I just stand behind and look pretty, and I be like, yep, what Auntie said. Auntie, she helped me. It's October 14th.
Fantastic.
Woolen Folk, October 14th. String Thing Studio, I am a official member of the House of String Things. So String Things will be in the building. Yeah.
Yay.
We will be
So
in
much
the
to look forward
building.
to.
It should be so much fun. It should be so much fun. October 14th. That's my cousin's birthday. But yes, we will be there. Be at Rhinebeck. I've been threatened that I better be at Rhinebeck. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna go. Somebody was like, you're going. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And then I was like, well, I'm gonna stay the weekend or however long it is or whatever. I was like, but I don't know who's gonna room with me because I snore. And then we figured all that stuff out. So yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you some recommendations. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be on the East Coast. I'm gonna go to Rhinebeck. I'm really excited, and I'm gonna drive up Wednesday so that I can go to Woolen Folk on Thursday. Super excited.
See you there.
So I'm gonna be coming from. I told you my mom is in New Jersey, near Atlantic City. I'm gonna drive up. I want to go and stop in Brooklyn because I have a cousin who lives in Brooklyn, and I'm gonna get lunch with her.
Okay.
And go to String Thing Studio.
Okay.
And what else should be on my list to hit in Brooklyn if I've got a couple of hours?
But once you go to Thing Studio, you're not gonna want to leave. So I don't know what else I'm.
So just that.
Yeah. Once you hit String Things, you can just sit down and just buy some yarn and a bottle of wine and go in the backyard, and you think you're not gonna want to leave. So I don't really know what else you want me to say. Cause
Okay, so you say, should I get a hotel room in Brooklyn Wednesday night then?
I just asked Auntie Felicia, listen, I asked her if we could put some air mattresses in the backyard and y'all just stay there and then you'll be right. Go to Brooklyn General.
Okay.
So
good.
after you go to, okay, you could do the whole, what is it, 4? I think it's 4. So you go to String Thing Studio, Brooklyn General, Argyle, and Woolen. There are 4, that's 4 of us.
Okay, I am writing this down.
I see.
Seriously am.
String Thing Studio, Brooklyn General, Argyle, Woolen.
Awesome. I have it. Okay, that's going to be me, October 13th.
That's it. Now, I want to tell you and which ones to go to first, second, and third.
Okay.
You're going to spend the most time at String Thing Studio. Yeah. Because it's just something about that. The gravitational pull of love that comes from String Thing Studio is ridiculous.
I'm really excited to go and be there in person and hopefully get to meet Felicia in person and
You probably will, and if not, just call her because if she not there, she close. Oh, I'm close because I live 15 minutes away. 17.
I actually will be up in Rhinebeck already.
Oh.
All right, so we'll be around.
Getting ready. Make sure to find you during Woolen Folk. I'll definitely be there.
And when you see her, you're gonna see me, and when you see me, you're gonna see her. So there you go.
Yeah.
Look at my my baby. Auntie Tracy is holding my baby.
Oh.
I've never met him, but I stalk him a lot.
He wanted to see you and hear you.
I love kids.
Well,
And
why don't,
he's mine.
Aw. Let's open it up for some questions from everybody.
Sure, I love that. I love that.
And you can just unmute and ask a question. There's not so many folks, or if you don't want to speak, you can just put it in the chat.
Say hi to me. He is so adorable. That baby is gonna be in college by next week.
Yep, he's almost 14 pounds now. And I have 2 more days with him.
Okay, can I have her back? Because you're really monopolizing. You monopolized our whole summer. I don't want to put your business out there, sir, but you monopolized our whole summer.
He apologizes.
I'm sure. Love you. So yeah, Rhinebeck and everything should be so fun. It should be so fun. I would love to, I want to say to people, if you don't have Rhinebeck earrings, order them now. I want to say that, but I'm not gonna say that because I got 2 hands, and I think they got them, or get them when they see me, because I don't want to put that much pressure on myself.
I think if this isn't already a thing, this needs to be a thing. Rhinebeck earrings.
So you just gonna put that out there and start a massive, okay, all right, if that's how you want to.
I kind of want to do that to you. I'm sorry.
That's really something. That's really. I thought we was friends. I thought we was having a friendship and a bond and a relationship. I have Fiber Festival. So could you imagine? You want me to have no hands at Rhinebeck? How am I going to carry on my bags if I have no hands? Get a pulley? How am I pull it?
Order soon. That's all.
She's like, yeah, well, they just need to do what they need to do. I'm sure I'm doing a lot. It's a lot, but I'm doing it. It'll be okay. Don't do that. Because I can just see it now. Rhinebeck is October 14th. I have a show. I have a 10 by 10. You know what you do? Tell them to either, if you miss me at the Fiber Festival, then they can see me in Rhinebeck. And I might have 2 or 3 things to show, possibly. But the Fiber Festival is a great place to get earrings, right? No, you don't agree?
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's what they should do. Come to the Fiber Festival, October 9th, and get your Rhinebeck earrings.
But for the folks who can't travel to New York, who aren't local to you, you do have an Etsy shop, right?
I do.
Designs by Yasmen.
Designs by Yasmen on Etsy. Designs by Yasmen everywhere. They can also order their t-shirts and wear Designs by Yasmen t-shirts, because I also have the t-shirt, Nah, I'm a crochet, and Nah, I'm a knit. It says, do you want to build a snowman? Do you want to go out for lunch? It asks us all different kinds of questions. And the ultimate answer in the middle is, nah, I'm a knit, or nah, I'm a crochet. Because most of the time, that's all we want to do anyway. We don't want to work. We don't want to do dishes. We don't want to go out with friends. We just want to sit, watch TV, eat potato chips, and knit. I mean, I might just be telling on myself, but
No, Yasmen, I've been holding back here the whole hour. I've been holding back because you speak to my soul. I want to sit.
I got a piece of cake
You
on the left side.
and knit and eat potato chips.
That's it. And do you know the knitter potato chip bowl?
No.
There's a knitter potato
Chopsticks?
chip bowl.
Is it chopsticks?
No, it's the whole bag, and you shake them out so you don't have to. I mean, that might just be me. It might just be me. But you don't want to get your hands messy, so you just shake whatever you're eating: peanuts, potato chips, M&Ms, whatever fits your fancy. You just take the whole bag and shake. Don't care if people looking at you. That's your business. That's your business. As long as you don't get the crumbs or the oil on your work, you're fine. Even if it's a chicken wing. I'm a pescatarian. I don't eat chicken, but I've had a shrimp too while I'm making the earring. I'm just saying. Sometimes it happens. You gotta put it at a certain way where you can get to it without actually touching it.
Yep, you do. I have a pair of chopsticks that are attached at the top that I got for my kids when they were little so they could learn to use them, because we live in California. We eat Chinese food like once a week, always,
Right.
at least. And
or every day, like, because I don't cook. But yeah.
So they still were around, and I'm like, hey, I could eat buttery popcorn with these and still knit and not get butter all over my knitting.
There you go. There you go. That makes so much sense. So you got to eat the stuff that's like more than one. Like, I wouldn't say get a turkey leg. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't say that. But a French fry, I'm just saying. A noodle, maybe a noodle you can get, you know, chopsticks are a genius. You're right. Yeah, you get a noodle, a Cheeto. That's not gonna hurt. That's just not gonna hurt.
No, and I mean, because you don't want that orange Cheeto dust all over your knitting.
No, you don't. Especially, I want Cheeto dust on my Lola Bean Galaxy. I don't want that.
You don't want that.
So for the Cheetos, I'm gonna just lift up the whole bag and shake it. Shake it till I get a good couple. And then that's how you work it out.
It's very smart. It's very
You
good.
gotta learn how to maneuver. You gotta learn but I think all parents know how to maneuver. I think they should. Because you gotta stir the pot, hold the baby, talk on the phone, and eat at the same time. So yeah, I think we got it. I think we got it down.
I think
the mommy shuffle.
I think you're right. So Yasmin, thank you so much for talking with me tonight. This
It
is
was so much fun.
so
This was
much
awesome.
fun.